Could Jose Mourinho have saved Manchester United from the 10 years of absolute carnage and chaos that we've all witnessed as Man United fans? Look, I've seen the Netflix clip of Jose Mourinho talking about accepting to take the manager's job after Sir Alex Ferguson. This interview and this Netflix documentary has blown up the whole chosen one as the successor to Sir Alex Ferguson debate. Jose Mourinho saying he agreed to take the job at Manchester United, but then rang Sir Alex Ferguson to say, no, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I then got a phone call this morning. Can I go on Sky Sports and debate this with Charlie Adam and the presenter on Sky Sports? And this is what I said. I'm asking you now, do you think that I'm right in what I said with this? Because I was very clear in my opinion. I was very clear in what I thought Jose Mourinho would have done for Manchester United.
But right now, I'm pleased to be joined by United fan Adam Stotts, who's going to be joining us to react to the Jose Mourinho revelations. Good morning to you, Adam. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Hope you're having a good morning and reflecting on these revelations. Look, how do you feel about that when you first heard the news that it could have been Jose Mourinho straight after Sir Alex Ferguson in 2013? Instead, it was David Moyes.
Bit gutted, really gutted, to be honest, because I think that's who we all wanted at the time. When you look at what Sir Alex Ferguson built at United, there was one man there who was competing with him at that time. When Sir Alex Ferguson was successful, Jose Mourinho came through at Chelsea. We've seen what he did. We've then seen what he did when he went to Inter Milan at Real Madrid. He was perfect to come in because Charlie just touched on it there, that the players that were there, the aging players. Jose Mourinho works well with aging players. Jose Mourinho gets the maximum out. And what you did, or you would have done if you'd have brought Jose in, was replace a winner with a winner, and a serial winner at that, at the highest level. And that's what Manchester United needed at that time. Rather than dropping down, no disrespect to David Moyes, he hadn't really won anything, if anything at all. I can't even remember if he did, I don't think so. But Jose Mourinho was at the highest level. And this, by the looks of it, was Sir Alex Ferguson's pick. Now, from this revelation and from this interview, obviously, it does now look like David Moyes wasn't the chosen one if we go off what Jose said. So realistically, looking at it now, we're all a bit gutted because this set everything in motion, and there's so much that would have been different at Manchester United, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch. The players that Jose would have demanded. David Moyes going to Manchester United, obviously this is a big step from his first massive club. Didn't want to say too much, maybe didn't want to ruffle too many feathers. Jose would have just gone in and gone, no, this needs to change, that needs to change. We can't conduct business this way. If we're going to be successful with me as manager, we need to do this, this and that. And that, I think, would have been the biggest change at United and would have set us on maybe not winning titles, but definitely not falling out of Europe and completely falling the way that we did.
Charlie, on the back of what Adam's saying, obviously, you can feel Adam's sense of what could have been, what could have been. But how difficult a job would it have been? Because replacing somebody who's been at a club for 26, 27 years previous, we've seen the challenges that can bring. It wouldn't necessarily have been straightforward, would it?
No, it wouldn't, but I think what Adam's saying and what kind of clears it all up over everybody and everything else is it's a winner being replaced by another winner. He has the know-how. He has the people that knows how to win games, win trophies. Same as Sir Alex Ferguson. Like I said, they both was battling out for the many years that they was there. My only thing is, if he come in the club, did the club want to back? Do you think the club would have wanted to back him financially, Ad? Because obviously Sir Alex Ferguson won with that team that they had, and there's a handful of players on there, but then we're talking not top-end elite players, right? He would have wanted to bring in his own players. So would Man United wanted to spend that money there and then? I know they would have now, knowing what they know. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Before we get back to the video, I want to talk to you about something that's really impressed me. Look at these transformations. Oh my days. Michael Owen, £40 lost on his plan. Anita, £60 more lost on hers. And Linda, £50 lost on her Oxford Natural plan. Let's make it clear, and I'm going to tell you this from my own experience, you have to put the work in yourself. You have to want to make these changes and healthier changes in your life. But people have kept asking me, since working with Oxford Natural, what is the difference? Why do day and night supplements with Oxford Natural make such a big change? Well, that's because normal supplements only have one ingredient. Oxford Natural's Optimum Day supplements have 7 different ingredients in them. Ingredients like citicoline to help mental clarity, green tea extract to help metabolism. And when your day is over, Optimum Night supplements kick in and give you an extra 6 ingredients like ashwagandha to help deal with everyday stress in life, lavender to give you a better sleep quality as well. Both supplements combine together to the ultimate 24-hour system to help you through your day. If you're thinking it is time to make a change, click on the link in the description of this video or scan the QR code on your screen to get 70% off your first order when using promo code AdamFC. Now let's get back to the video. Well, that's the whole problem when you look back at it. It was not just Sir Alex Ferguson leaving, it was David Gill. The whole structure of Manchester United ahead of the manager was completely changed, and everything probably went downhill from that decision there. It wasn't just Sir Alex, it was David Gill. And if Sir Alex Ferguson would have put or said to the board maybe before we left that José Mourinho's coming in, they would have known what was expected and what José Mourinho needed to do to be successful, say at Chelsea before that and Inter Milan and Real Madrid. They would have seen what Jose would have needed. I don't think they would have had much choice. If they'd accepted Jose, then I think they would have had to have moved in the way that Jose wanted. David Moyes, they probably, I don't like to say it in this way, they probably thought it was more of a softer touch in terms of what they could do when you obviously got mismanagement from Manchester United at the highest level from that point behind the managers that were in place. So it's a tough question because it's all hindsight and we don't know what could have been or what would have been if he was backed, but he would have ruffled feathers and I think maybe exposed United at an earlier stage rather than covering over so many cracks that have been covered over the last 10 years.
Yeah, but Ads, do you think that if it going in there and ruffling the feathers in that group that was there, yes, you had ageing players, Rio Ferdinand left, Van Persie was going, Wayne Rooney's obviously still there. Do you think going in to ruffle them feathers there was what was needed with that group then? I understand now knowing David Moyes goes in there, he didn't finish out the season. But if Jose Mourinho goes in and ruffles feathers and says, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, do you think that's what's needed at that football club? Because at the time, everyone goes, well, I've got 3 years left, so I'm not going nowhere.
I think ruffling feathers is probably should have been a bit clearer what I said behind the scenes more than on the actual pitch, because you're right, Charlie, that them players there were winners and Jose, I feel, would have accepted that. You look at how he has worked at his other clubs, the way that he adapts, and I think Jose Mourinho adapts probably better than anyone in that time to the area and sort of circumstances he's in and whatever club he's at. So I think he would have accepted where the players were, and then I think the plan would have been better. I think, well, if you think David Moyes got Fellaini in his first transfer window, we all knew that wasn't enough at that point, and he was set up for failure, really, by the way that Manchester United was working behind the scenes. So I actually think the players would have actually adapted with Jose at the time because they knew that he was the manager that was competing against most of that squad when they were playing for Sir Alex Ferguson. So I actually do think that Jose would have commanded more respect, and it goes back to what I said at the start. The manager, the winning manager, there's no question from the squad then. The manager's coming in who's won everything at different leagues in the world. You've got to respect that. The question would have been asked, like when Moyes came in, how much are them players listening to him? Going from Sir Alex to David Moyes or Sir Alex to Jose Mourinho is a completely different world. I think it would have just continued at least on a competitive level, a challenging level, if Jose was there, because the players would have, I feel, got on board with Jose more than what they did with David Moyes.
I was going to say, Adam, does it feel, I know we are talking in hindsight purposes right now, but does it feel like that could have been a different moment, a sliding doors moment perhaps, and 13 years later, United still waiting for their next Premier League title? Do you think you would have seen your club lift the Premier League title within those 13 years? Not necessarily certainly with Jose Mourinho in charge, but in the time that has passed because he may have elevated you a lot further.
Yeah, I do. I think it would have been different, and sliding doors moment is exactly that. The football club would have been in a completely different position, I think, now. I think we would have still been successful. You can't take away, look, we can talk about the squad all you want. You can talk about how they were ageing and not Sir Alex Ferguson type of ultimate winning team, but they were winners. they just won the Premier League and won it comfortably as well. Winners working under a winning manager is a different world altogether, and Jose would have changed everything at Manchester United that's happened over the last few years. He would have at least kept us stable and competitive and not out in the wilderness. But it isn't just the manager. There is a lot that's going on with, obviously, behind-the-scenes stuff at Manchester United that's been a problem, and that's probably not being brought up as much as what it should have been, because that definitely played just as much a part as the manager changing as well. Personally, I don't think it's even a debate. I think Manchester United would have been a different team altogether with Jose Mourinho there. Like I said in that Sky Sports clip there, you're replacing a winner with a winner. But I want to know what you think. Get into the comment section below and let me know, everybody. Was I right in saying that Jose would have changed Manchester United? In fact, saved Manchester United from that what seems a decade of in and out, yo-yoing in and out of Europe. So many different managers. Was he the right man instead of David Moyes? Thanks for watching the video here on Adam FC. Get your comments in below. Hit that subscribe button as well. Make sure you pop a like on the video. I want to see you all in the next one.